Today, Dan and I are going to showcase one of the coolest, most handy pieces of technology, the Stream Deck. It takes operations like running EasyWorship schedules and managing live streams to the next level.
The Stream Deck by Elgato, when paired with EasyWorship, can seriously make your live streams and in-house presentations more engaging, simpler to manage, and more enjoyable for everyone involved.
Absolutely. Before we dive into the Stream Deck and how it can work with EasyWorship, please just take a minute to like this video, subscribe to our channel, click that notification bell, and get first dibs on all of our content. Now let's get started. The Stream Deck is a USB hardware device that allows you to control pretty much whatever you want in the computer with the touch of a single button. There are 3 versions of the Stream Deck. We've got the Mini with 6 keys, the Standard with 15, and the Stream Deck XL which has 32 keys. Each version has bright customizable LCD keys that Dan will talk about more in a bit. With EasyWorship, you can set up hotkeys to control your schedule or use MIDI to control one or more computers running EasyWorship simultaneously. And not only can you control the EasyWorship schedule, but you can also control any program on your computer as long as it supports global hotkeys, or it can connect to lots of other programs directly using their APIs. So while you're controlling the schedule in EasyWorship, you can also control your streaming software, your camera switcher, your audio recorder, and anything else you're doing at the same time.
So today we have a standard Stream Deck with 15 keys, but because of its versatility, you can add folders to create up to 210 different actions on it at once. The Stream Deck comes with an adjustable stand, so you can see the keys without having to lean over it or hold it up in front of you. Again, the keys are LCD and are bright enough to see with any level of light. The USB cable is not removable, but it would be nice if it was separate, so if something did happen to it, you could easily replace it. As soon as you plug it into the computer, you'll see it light up and the Elgato logo will display in the middle of the Stream Deck. If you press that key, it will take you directly to their website. From there, you can download the software that enables you to set up the keys and icons for your personal use. Once you have the software installed and you have it open, the first thing you'll want to do is clean up the actions area on the right. There will most likely be some actions you won't use, so let's get those out of the way. Click the menu button in the top right corner, and you can uncheck anything you know you won't be using. For instance, I know we won't be using the game capture, Twitter, or voice mod, so leave the actions you will be using, like OBS or YouTube, if you'll be live streaming while running EasyWorship. Then click Done at the top when you're finished.
So how does the Stream Deck work with EasyWorship? If you want to just set up hotkeys for EasyWorship, you can use the system actions and drag and drop the hotkey action to the key you want to use, and then enter in the correct hotkey for the function you want it to perform. For example, if I want to program the logo on and off for EasyWorship, I would click the drop-down on System on the right and drag and drop the hotkey action to one of my keys. After dropping it on the key, click in the hotkey field and on your keyboard press Ctrl and L, which is the hotkey for logo, and then click in the title field and name it Logo. When I have EasyWorship open and my live window in focus, pressing that key on the Stream Deck will turn the logo on and off. Just remember that if you use hotkeys, EasyWorship has to be open and the live window in focus for it to work.
If you want to use the Stream Deck to control EasyWorship using MIDI, you'll need to download a utility called Bonjour, the RTP MIDI utility, and the MIDI plugin for the Stream Deck. Bonjour is a network discovery utility that will allow EasyWorship to open with the MIDI integration enabled. If it isn't installed, it will prompt you to do so when you open EasyWorship. We'll also leave a link in the description below to one of our knowledge base articles that will walk you through installing Bonjour step by step. To install and configure RTP MIDI, open EasyWorship and click the Remote button on the toolbar. If you don't see a Remote button, you'll need to enable it in the Options page. To get there, click the Edit menu and go to Options. Then click Advanced and check the box next to Enable Remote Control and click OK. From the Remote button, hover over MIDI and click the plus button in the bottom left corner to create a new MIDI control. When the MIDI control window opens, click the link in the bottom left corner that says More Information to download and install RTP MIDI. EasyWorship uses RTP MIDI for the network connection between your Stream Deck and PC. When you click the link, a browser window will open with instructions and a link in the top right corner to download RTP MIDI. Once that installation is complete, go ahead and launch it. In the top left, you'll see a box named My Sessions. Click the plus button at the bottom of that box to create a session. On the right-hand side, click in the local name and Bonjour name fields and type in the name Stream Deck. Then check the Enabled box above to enable it. You'll also need to create another session for EasyWorship. Click the plus button again, and in the local name and Bonjour name on the right, type in the name EasyWorship. Then check the Enabled box above to enable it. Select Stream Deck in the Sessions box. Below that, you'll see another box named Directory. This will list all devices on your network that you can connect to. You should now see EasyWorship listed here. Select it and click Connect. Now EasyWorship should be listed in the participants list on the right. Go ahead and close RTP MIDI by clicking the X in the top corner, and go back to EasyWorship. In the MIDI control window that we left open, you can create a control name. Let's just name it Stream Deck. The input MIDI device is going to be EasyWorship, since it will be the one receiving the MIDI cues. So go ahead and click the drop-down and select EasyWorship. If you need to use a specific MIDI channel, select one here. Otherwise, leave it on any, and then go to the Input Cues tab. You shouldn't need to change anything here, but you will want to leave this window open to reference what MIDI notes you want to use for creating the cues on the Stream Deck. If you want, you can also write them down or take a screenshot of this page. That way, you have the information without needing to have that window open. Now, the last thing you need is the MIDI plugin for the Stream Deck. To install that, open the Stream Deck software and click on More Actions at the bottom and search for MIDI, and then click Install. Once that plugin is installed, you can drag and drop your actions to the keys you want, and then set up the correct notes for the function you want to perform in EasyWorship. In the Actions area on the right, click the drop-down for MIDI. There are a few options to choose from, like Control Change, Program Change, and even Mackie Control, but for controlling EasyWorship, you'll use Note On and Off. Drag and drop the Note On-Off action to one of the keys on the left. At the bottom, you'll see where you can change the setting for that key, including giving it a title. Click the Channel drop-down and choose the channel you selected in EasyWorship. If you left the EasyWorship channel on any, then you can leave it on one. There are different button types you can choose for MIDI, like Toggle, Latch, and Hold. But for EasyWorship, we'll use Push, which basically means that it will perform the action you want just by pushing the button. In the keys settings, select C3, and then whatever note you want that key to be. For example, if I want this key to be my logo on, I'll click the drop-down and select 0, C-2, since that's what it shows in the Input Cues tab in EasyWorship. The last thing you're going to select is the MIDI out port. Here we're going to choose the RTP MIDI session we named Stream Deck, because our MIDI out is coming from the Stream Deck and going to EasyWorship. If you want a visual representation of what each action on your Stream Deck is for, rather than giving it a title, you can create and select icons for your keys. Select the key in the Stream Deck software that you want to program, then click the drop-down arrow on the icon selector and choose from selecting an icon from a file on your computer, creating an icon which will take you to the Stream Deck icon creator on their website, or you can reset the icon to default. If you want to use the official icons we've created for EasyWorship, we'll leave a link below so you can download them. Once they're downloaded and saved to your computer, select Set from File and browse to the icon you want to use, select it, and click Open. We'll also have a link to our EasyWorship profile that you can download and import into your Stream Deck that has all the MIDI notes set up for you. All you'll need to do is click on each key and set the MIDI out port for your network. To import the profile, open the Stream Deck software and click the Settings gear at the top and go to the Profiles tab. Click the drop-down arrow at the bottom of the screen and select Import. Browse to the location you saved the profile and select it and click Open. From here, you can open the profile and edit your MIDI output on each key. And that's it. Just repeat these steps for each key you want to program. You can program keys like Next and Previous Schedule, Next and Previous Slide, Logo, Black, Clear, and more. So this does require some work up front, but once it's done, it is well worth it.
Absolutely, Dan. Now, if you're sitting there asking yourself, why would I use a Stream Deck rather than just controlling EasyWorship with a mouse or keyboard? Our answer would be, well, you don't really have to. But with the LCD keys and the official EasyWorship icons, it does make it very easy to press the key you want instead of moving your mouse around in the software and possibly clicking on the wrong thing. You know when you want to clear the screen, you have to move your mouse all the way up to the clear button and click on it. But with the Stream Deck, just look at the key that says Clear On and press it. If you use your keyboard instead of a mouse, some of the functions require more than one key to be pressed at the same time, and on the Stream Deck, just a single key press performs the function you want. And lastly, if your computer operator ever calls in sick or they've just gone fishing for the weekend, your lighting or sound person, or even your great Aunt Ruth can run it just by pressing the correct keys. If you happen to be connected to more than one computer on the same network or using MIDI control, you still only need one single operator. Now, this is an easy and powerful tool to use, and when connected to EasyWorship, it makes operating your schedule so much easier, especially if you're live streaming or running more than one computer at a time. The Stream Deck can be purchased online for about $150, and the Mini runs about $80, and the XL is about $250. So it really is just a small price to pay for a crazy amount of versatility and ease of use. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell below so you don't miss any of our other videos coming out soon.
And for Dan and Jared, thanks for watching.
And have a blessed day.